Hey guys, what is up for the morning edge? I am your host Melissa, joined by two of the sharpest bettors, Slop and Matt. Guys, how's it going?
You go first, Matt.
I was
Tell her
gonna
how
wait
you're
for
doing.
you. I didn't.
I thought you should tell her how you were doing.
Well, you're older than me. I was always taught
That's a fact.
to respect my elders, so I was gonna let you go. But
But
now
you go first.
I'm doing great, Melissa. You know, happy to get the gang back together. It's almost Friday, kind of. I always think of our episode as it's almost the weekend episode.
Yep.
So I'm fired up. Big day for us today.
I am too.
Slop, you?
I'm living the dream over here. Like, it just gets better, like, every day. It's crazy.
All right, guys, before we get going, how was last night? How'd your bets do?
Mine
right,
is
so-
awesome.
Oh,
Wait, you want to go first now?
Well, now I was gonna go first.
No, we're
I
not
was gonna
respecting
switch it up.
numbers anymore. That's out the window.
Yeah, now I was gonna jump you because I saw you see how like the graphic is me, then you know what I mean. So I was just going.
That's true. That's a valid point.
Yeah, so that's where I was headed. But I'm pretty upset, John and Melissa. So if you, I doubt you guys watched Duke versus Wake Forest because why would you?
I saw it.
Oh, you did see it? Okay.
Dude, I was what, dude? It was like your day 5 ladder.
I know,
It's like
I know.
day 6,
I
wasn't
was
it? Like, I lost track. It was so long.
Yeah, I know. I was just making sure. So what
Yeah.
happened for the people that didn't watch? I'm sure most of you did.
Mhm.
Duke led by I think 9 with like 20 seconds left,
Mhm.
and then it just went full college basketball. So what I mean by that is like layups, then foul, then they missed the 1-on-1. They missed 2 1-on-1s. The last kid who missed a 1-on-1 was like an 85% free throw shooter, and then there's like 4 seconds left. Wake Forest, instead of just dribbling it out, lose with some dignity, the guy comes down, and I'm not even kidding, it was like almost half court. He just pulls up and swooshes it. So, again, I didn't lose, which was happy. Like I was happy about, but it's like I know I should have won. So we got paid out for Kansas, which was like minus 250 or something. So I've seen people hit minus 250 bets before and celebrate. So I'm going to celebrate too. So we're still alive. We're still alive. Technically, we moved to day 7. Now, as we were talking about, we're going to have to start crunching the numbers and doing some math. So I'm going to have to throw in like a 170, 200 play in there at some point.
Nigel will do it for you, bro.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
got the whole math thing all set.
Nigel's the
Like,
one
you
who
don't have to
actually
worry
told me.
about that.
Yeah,
He'll just tell you what it is.
Yeah, the only reason I know any of this is because of Nigel. So I would have just – I even was like, hey, we might need a day 11. He's like, no. We're doing this in 10 days, and we're hitting the plus 200. So, yeah, he's got me fired up. But – We live to see another day, so we can't be that mad. Again, technically, we made it to day 7 of the ladder, which we're going to celebrate. But then we got a winner later on, and this one, hopefully, we don't have any pushes or anything stupid happen at the end of the game. But it's a happy day, but it's a sad day also. Some people out there are 2.5. Feel really bad for those guys. One of my buddies, 2.5. Yeah, he was really upset. So if you had 2.5, I'm sorry, but. I wasn't playing defense for Duke at the end of the game.
Yeah,
you
got a story to tell, if anything.
You do. Yeah, it's good memory, kind of, right? I mean, tell the grandkids about it one day. But yeah, for now, we're gonna try to get after it today and extend to day 8.
all right. And speaking of John, what's going on? Kevin was disappointing last night, wasn't
He
he?
wasn't really. Like, he scored a goal. Like, I don't understand why people were mad. Like,
He scored a goal.
Like, if I was in charge, if you score a goal, then all your over props would cash. But
like that's
unfortunately, I'm not in charge, so that didn't happen. Another fun thing about that bet was, since I'm not a hockey guy, you know what I mean? Not at all. Don't even watch it. But
You're no Ricky Bobby.
I thought no, I'm not.
Wake up, Ricky Bobby! It's time for the show.
Yeah, actually call him. He should be ready. He might be up. No, but I thought I had the other wing. I have follow or whatever, so he had 3 shots. So I was all fired up like I won. And I was like, wait a minute. Like, I don't remember that. I think it was Fiala or something like that. So I went back in and looked. I was like, yeah, he had no shots at the time. As I'm looking at it on my score app, the thing comes up, like like the play-by-play. So I refreshed it. He had a shot blocked. So I thought that was a shot on goal, not a shot on goal. So we're learning stuff. We're learning. Then he scores a goal. Only counts as 1 shot on goal, which is, I mean, that's
ridiculous.
Like, what are we even doing? And then he had another one in overtime, though, to make us look like we were almost there. But if anyone actually watched that, we were never there. Just so you know, like, it was never gonna happen.
No betting on Kevin's.
But, I'll run him back. Like, he tried. I'll definitely run that guy back. That guy was an animal. He was in overtime knowing that there was no way he could cash his shots on goal prop, still shooting at the net. So I respect that about him.
I like that.
Knowing there was no chance he could win. He was still trying. So
if these players look up how many shots on goals they have for the night and what I don't know. I don't know. I feel like they do. I would look up how many shots.
Oh, I'm sure.
I mean, here's the thing. Here's what I like about it is that's you want to shoot on goal, so that's your job. You know what I mean? So you got to figure that the guy's gonna be out there shooting on the net at some point. You know, he would want to as a winger.
I'd
he's
be
probably
upset
gonna want
if
to take a shot on the net.
I'd be upset if a book put me at a half a shot on goal. I'd be very upset.
I'd go right out there and shoot it right on the net right away, even if I had no chance of going in. It's like, what's up, guys? Over. I'd go sit down. I'm done. I already cashed.
All right, guys. Speaking of crazy things that are happening in sports right now, this morning Tom Brady retired. Do we think it's official? What are we thinking here?
I don't know.
We got some silence for the first time.
Well, I'm gonna say yes, because if he did it twice in the span of 2 years and then comes back again, people are just gonna start. He's probably gonna get more money from a network to announce or do post game, pregame stuff than he got playing football. So I think he'll do that. I think he's had enough. It was kind of painful to watch him at times this year.
It was.
Just because we know how great he is, you know what I mean? So it was just...
It was sad. It's kind of like when we watch John do things.
It's like watching John... Yeah, okay. All right, yeah. I wasn't going to go there, but yeah, you know what I mean? There's someone getting older, and you're...
I do the best I can. I do the best I can. I'm not done yet.
Yeah, right? It's
if I was Brady, I'd come back. I'd do the whole thing again. I'd sit out. I'd wait until the end of training camp. I'd go to a contender that has an offensive line and then sign in again. I'm just kidding. I got tired. I took a nap and I came back. You know what I mean?
I'm back.
It's people get grumpy.
Yeah.
He probably woke up, had a bad day. It's you know what? I'm just going to retire.
I'm retired.
He's got a big contract deal with Fox. I mean, I feel like we should try to match him here at OddsChecker.
We could try to match him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he'd be definitely interested in working here.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see why that's the next logical step for Tom Brady is to come get a handicapping job at OddsChecker.
Tom Brady is signed as a handicapper with OddsChecker. I mean, it's possible.
I don't know. I think it's kind of a power move to retire now, just because the whole Giselle thing. I'm not sure about how it all went, but she was mad that he was going to play, and he's like, "No, I'm playing," and then just waits 6 months later.
No, I'm not playing. Yeah. So
Matt,
I like that. I like that move.
Who would you rather work with, Slop or Tom Brady?
Slop, 100%. Working with Brady, you probably just make you feel dumb, and you know what I mean.
Yep.
He has his
working
big
with
jaw.
Slop does not make you feel dumb.
Yeah,
but he's always always on. You know what I mean? The guy's not he's not going to show up hammered ever. You know what I mean?
No, that's what I mean. He's always going to show up good. John might show up once. Yeah, you never know what you're going to get with John. So that's where it's more fun.
Always picking at your mistakes. I would never do something like that, but he probably would.
You think him and Giselle get back together or no? You think it's over?
Doubt it. I doubt it.
Dating one of her.
She's dating. Oh, that's nice.
I think her yoga teacher. Maybe I'm.
It's always the yoga teachers, or you gotta watch for those guys. You know.
I'm not really a relationship guy. I have no idea what's going on in the two of those. I'm happy about that too. I purposely don't click articles that say anything about the relationship because
I don't know a bunch about.
I really don't care. I could not care less.
Well, as the resident woman,
I knew Melissa would know. Yeah,
that sounds sexist. If you think about it, what girls are supposed to care, not guys.
I care. I don't know if it's sexist or not, but I care.
Yeah,
that's good. All right, so if you want to report what you know, I'm sure everyone would like to know about Giselle's private life.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we're talking about
we'll try to keep the fans updated as the season goes on.
So follow Melissa on Twitter for any updates on the Giselle.
She'll update you on everything that happens in Giselle.
There could be changes. We don't know.
All I know is that I am appreciative of Tom Brady. I got 2 Super Bowls out of him, and I'm chilling.
I got 1 too, Melissa. So
it's kind of tough when you go to the Super Bowl every year, like he was doing. It's kind of tough to win all of them. I mean, I'm just saying.
Speaking of Super Bowls, guys, the line has moved. It was at -2 for Matt's Eagles. Now we're at -1.5. What are you guys looking at for this?
Well, first, you didn't congratulate me, Melissa, on making the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I probably won't. I'm not a.
Yeah, that was. I mean, your own place lit up a building for the Eagles, which was very nice of them.
Which was wild. I'm boycotting the Empire State Building now.
Yes, yeah, you
I
should.
think they had those for the Jets. Someone was saying that, and then but since the Jets haven't made, they want to use them.
Yeah, the
because,
Jets
like,
wanted
it's
to
kind
use
of like
those.
before they break. You know what I mean? They probably bought them like 10 years ago, thinking they were going to go, but
We're
they never
using these
actually.
damn lights.
They were
Yeah,
good like 10 years ago.
it's definitely possible. Yeah, like when they had like Mark Sanchez, they're like, buy the lights, buy the lights.
Yeah, get the lights, So they got the lights, they got them all set up. They're like, shit, man. Like, I don't know if we're ever going to be able to use these things. So, the Eagles are green. They're kind of close. So let's just light it up.
This is
Next
I think it's smart on
year,
their
they
part.
might be able to use it with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, maybe, probably not, but you never know.
You never know.
They might have to get new lights, but I don't think the line movement's anything too crazy. Just a half point. Probably starting to get some money in on the Chiefs. I don't know. I'm sticking with Eagles. I'm not even looking at the line this week. I locked my bet.
Talking the side. I mean, like, of course, like, what's he gonna say? What's he supposed to say? Kind of like the Chiefs at this number. Like, dude, like, come on.
I like the Chiefs.
Well, no, you don't. You just don't want to bet on the Eagles. You don't really like the Chiefs.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I'll have to think about this one. I'll
Yeah.
come back to you guys on Friday.
I don't think you should put your hard-earned money on the Chiefs, Melissa. I would hate for the Eagles to steal it one last time.
I'm still surprised you're here, Matt. So
We did it.
we'll
We did
see
it.
what happens.
I mean, they had
You have to play the Giants and then Josh Johnson to get
had
there.
to
I
beat
mean,
Josh.
how's he not going to be there?
Why do you like to hurt me,
they
Slop?
had to beat
No,
Josh
I was
Johnson.
asking a question. I wanted to get some analysis.
All right, who's better, John? Josh Johnson or Daniel Jones? If you had to pick.
That's tough. I don't know.
Slop, don't answer that. Don't
I would
answer
go.
that.
Honestly, if those were my quarterbacks, I'd go Wildcat.
You would?
Yeah, just see what we can do. You know
Okay.
what I mean? Just go Wildcat. Just who are my running backs? That's the first question I want to know. Is who's my running backs?
Who's my running backs?
Speaking of bets, guys, I want to know, what do you think? Will there be an octopus?
All right, so have you figured out what an octopus is yet, Melissa?
I have, and by the way,
What is it?
It was invented by Sports Illustrated. It's one of
I
players'
don't know.
terms.
I think it was invented by football players, but I mean, whatever. But,
The
okay.
term came from 2019.
It was cool.
Matt, were you in elementary school then?
2019, I was in college. Yes, I was a sophomore. No, I was a sophomore. So don't even start.
I was getting my master's degree. Like now, I feel like old.
Yeah, you are.
Anyways, so the
You got your
octopus.
fifth cat, right?
I am a dog person, Slop.
Oh,
I
yeah,
was
sorry.
insulted you
All
said
right.
that.
My bad.
Anyways,
No, I
guys,
thought
for
old
those-
lady cat. You're right, dog.
It's all right.
For those who don't know, an octopus is when a player scores a touchdown and a 2-point conversion consecutively. That is an octopus.
It's so cool.
Very cool.
It's awesome. I'm guessing
So
we're all
are we
going. I'm guessing we're all
How
going.
many
Yeah.
times has it happened? Does anyone know?
In a playoff game, John, or just in
No,
life?
period.
Oh, all right. I'll say 4 times.
I think it's happened quite a lot.
Oh, no one knows.
I have no idea.
Maybe we should have done that research.
Why don't we look it up? Nigel will look it up. Nigel knows everything. You just ask him. Nigel will have that figured out in like seconds. Watch. So we'll just keep going though. Who do you think could do it in this game besides Kelsey? Like Kelsey's
AJ Brown. AJ Brown's definitely a big
AJ Brown could do
guy.
it.
Yeah,
Kelsey.
that's
I'd say Brown or Kelsey.
Kelsey. Like the Chiefs are going to be down like 16 with like 4 minutes, and they're going to throw a touchdown to Kelsey, 2-point conversion to Kelsey.
And a 2-point conversion. It's plus 1,400.
140 times out of 988 2-point conversions in the last 25 years.
But how many were octopuses?
2-point conversion been around for 25 years though.
140, Matt.
There was 140 octopuses. There's no way.
Yeah.
That's what my sources tell me. My source is Nigel, so blame him if he's wrong.
There's been 140 octopuses. That's insane.
The octopus was invented in 1994 when the 2-point conversion was invented.
That's even crazier.
It was invented
what
by
else is
Sports
crazier?
Illustrated in 1994.
No, the octopus. Stop it.
Wait,
The
because you said a minute ago the octopus
The
was invented by
2-point
SI.
conversion was first added to the NFL in 1994.
Correct.
Before the beginning of the 2022 season, the octopus has occurred 169 times.
Now 169, not 140.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like we're getting a lot of conflicting numbers here. Like I'm just saying, like things are coming in, like information.
Okay,
Sports
but-
Illustrated's inventing stuff, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah,
2019,
it's confusing.
then in like 1994, the whole thing started.
I am
Feels
surprised
weird.
there's been so many octopuses. You think about
There's been
football.
like 29 since we started the show.
Yeah, I mean, they
There was
just keep adding.
140 like a minute ago. Now there's been 169.
You look up Pro Football Reference, great website.
Great website. Shout out them.
There have been 988 successful 2-point conversions in the last 25 years. On 140 of those occasions, about
Same
14%.
I see that too.
Okay. About 14% was scored by the same player. So
shout out to the octopus. So it's going to happen.
Yeah, no, it sounds legit to me.
And that's why the odds are plus 14.
That was since 2019. So
all right, so I'm going to tell you right now that the yes is probably the bet then.
Yeah, those odds are great.
Plus 1400.
Well,
It's been done enough.
It happens 14%.
It's been done enough. Like I'm not a math guy. There's going to be math people. Hey, buddy, the probability, blah blah blah. Like, look,
It's plus 1400.
What do you want me to do? It's happened enough times.
No,
So we can say yes for plus 1400.
We got to talk about the Gatorade color. We'll do that next week.
We did it yesterday. You missed
We
it.
did it yesterday.
Thanks
Where
for
were
the
you,
invite.
Melissa?
Yeah, what were
Definitely
you
not watching the show like a
thanks
loyal
for
follower.
supporting us and getting us another view. That means a lot.
Yep.
You guys don't even
So
support
we're
me.
down one view, obviously.
We
Can
couldn't.
we please go to today's bets?
use
I
the
am
view.
Should have
begging
used
you.
that view.
That's all right. Yeah, we'll go on in today's bets, but
All right, Matt.
Advertisers going to come back and be like, guys, we were
missed
going to
it
do
by
it, but you were
one.
one view short.
Yep.
Guys,
We
please
wanted to see
fire
one more
Melissa.
view.
Good luck next year.
Yep. Try
Anyways,
again.
Matt,
Yes.
you're looking at the Friars who are taking on the Musketeers.
Guys,
Crap.
it's always slop. Always.
Matt's
That's how I know I'm going to win. Trying to
Anyways,
hold back
guys.
people.
Anyway, Nigel, I'm so sorry about this editing later. Anyways, Slop, you've got a pick for us. I want to hear it. You're looking at the NBA. What do you got? I know it's a player prop.
It is a player prop. Melissa, in your absence, I've been taking hockey stuff. I think I did a college basketball thing. You probably weren't watching the show, so you probably don't know. But I've diversified my portfolio a little bit. You got to do that when you get older. That's what they tell me, at least.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go Scotty Barnes over 28 points plus rebounds plus assists. This just feels right. For one, it's even money at Barstool. Like everybody else has like minus 120, even higher actually. Some of the offshores that we don't even talk about that are pretty sharp, they're even higher than that. So this is definitely priced to move at Barstool. So I jumped on it. Here's the thing though, this makes sense basketball wise too. Scotty Barnes in 2 games since OG Anunoby, is that how you say his name, Matt?
Anunoby.
Ananobi.
Him too. That guy. I'm going to call him OG. So OG's out, right? It's been 2 games. There was 1 game where he left after like 10 minutes. Barnes had 35 PRAs. The next night, 35 again. The only time he hasn't done this since OG's been gone is against Phoenix last game. Guess how many he ended up with, Melissa?
Tell me, Slop.
28. He was right there. But here's the thing, though. Phoenix, they play defense. Not a lot of teams do that. They also play very slow. They do it like a snail's pace. It was in Phoenix. The whole thing was never even set up right. I would have never had the over like on 20.5 that night. But tonight, they're going to go to Utah. They're going to play the Jazz. The Jazz, like they look like a bunch of track stars out there. They run up and down the court all night. Like it's like 104, 105 possessions a game at home. So we're going to see some points. We're going to see some multiple more possessions than we saw last week. But here's the thing, though, Matt.
Huh?
They don't play defense in Utah. Defense is optional there. They're like 25th, I think, in the NBA in defensive efficiency. So we're going to see some easy buckets, probably assisted by Barnes. He's going to score a few himself. You know he's grabbing rebounds.
Get some boards.
He's going to have this probably in the first half. And we're getting even money. This is insane. Probably the best bet I've ever seen in my life.
Uh-huh.
And we can go to bed early. We don't even have to watch the whole game.
That's true.
No,
So that-
you
that
don't.
game-
I mean, why would you be watching?
For old people like me and Slop, Matt, this is very
Yep.
important.
I'm sure you guys
Go
get
to bed early. Matt'll just be going out.
Yeah.
I'll watch this. I'm like, all right, I'm going out now.
Time to go out.
Okay, well,
Time to
I'm
go
not.
out.
I'll be in bed. But I'm
I'm
excited
sorry.
for you, Slop. All right, Matt, you
Also,
are.
hey, I wanted to say this too before, but sorry, one more thing, Melissa. All right, so I figured out the whole ladder thing.
Okay.
Here's what you do. You don't call it a ladder play. Like, you don't say it's not a ladder play, but you don't go, like, calling it a ladder play. Like, because all these players, they get so nervous. They know everybody's trying to turn 10 into 10 grand. You saw what happened to Harrison Barnes the other night.
Yeah.
The guy only needed to score 10 points. He only got 8. Had a whole set. He had 8 in the first half of that game. Game went to overtime, still couldn't do it. He was shaking like a leaf on the free throw line. Later in that game, he missed 2 of them. So we don't want to get these guys nervous. So what we do is we just don't even say it's a ladder move, even though obviously it is a ladder move. So that's all I'm saying. It's kind of like we're going to do it, but we're not going to say we're going to do it. It's just like being married at the end of the day. It's the same, literally the same thing. So should work out for everybody. So again, wink, wink, not a ladder play, no pressure, but it's a ladder play.
Slop, you crack me up.
I figured the whole thing out.
I like your method. We'll see what happens with that. Matt actually has a play for us. It is college basketball. The Friars are taking on the Musketeers tonight. What do you got for us, Matt? What side are you leaning on?
All right, so we're going to start this thing with Xavier on the money line. They've been great at home this season, 11-1 on their home floor, compared to Providence, who's also been a great home team, but they're not playing at home tonight. They're playing on the road. Providence is 12-0 at home. They're 5-3 away from home. So their best basketball has come on their home floor. This game decides who is number 1 in the Big East. I expect this environment to be electric tonight. It should be a great atmosphere. I think that'll be the difference in this game. These two teams meet again later in the season at Providence. I bet you Providence wins that game, but I think Xavier on their home floor wins tonight. Xavier's a much better offensive team, so if they can jump out to a lead and play ahead in this game early, Providence is going to have a tough time climbing back in. They like to play slow, methodical, kind of make it muck it up and play in the 60s. That's not the kind of pace Xavier likes to play with. So I'm going to trust Xavier at home tonight to kick us off on the money line. It's one of my favorite plays of the day. And then to close this out, this gets us to a little bit of plus money. We're going to go with my 76ers. So the Sixers, well, why not, right? But they were just beaten by this Magic team a couple nights ago in Philly. Not happening again. Now, I will say that night I bet on the Magic plus 9.5 because it was all about the spot. So the Sixers played the Nets and the Nuggets the week before. They only had 2 games in 7 days. They had kind of a weird schedule. They won both of those games, which were big games, because one was the Ben Simmons return, and then the second one was Jokic versus Embiid, right? So they were fired up for that. It was the perfect letdown spot. Not to mention the Sixers players were all at the Eagles game the night before, probably out having a good time. You know what I mean? They weren't locked in to play. You didn't want to play the Magic. Now it's the Magic here. You get them again off of a loss. There's no chance the Sixers lose at home tonight. So that's just going to reduce the juice. It's going to get us at plus money. Yeah, I mean, I think this one will cash pretty easy. And I think we're going to be on day 8 this time tomorrow. So I'm confident I'll fire it up. And if I lose, I'm blaming you, Melissa, because I have not.
We are not enemies.
I know, like, kind of. I think I have to blame you because all my other ones, you know what I mean? Like I was cooking when it was just me and John, and then you come in and all
of a sudden we're talking about the Giants, not congratulating the Eagles, boycotting the Empire State Building for no reason, just because they wanted to use the place they bought a few years ago. Like, no big deal.
Yep.
You guys are insulting me a little?
No, I can see where the blame would come, but that's all I'm trying to say. I'm a mediator here. Like, I have no dog in this fight whatsoever. I was just saying that I can see both sides here. And I can
I thought you would be on my side because
I'm on both sides because that's what a mediator does, Melissa. You should Google mediator now, like you did octopus. Maybe Sports Illustrated invented that term. I don't know. You know, like I don't know the origin of all these words. I just know that as a mediator, I'm not on either side.
There's some big words.
Giant word, actually.
Giants.
Yep. Giant. See, I said giant.
Eli. Yeah, this is all getting in my head.
Now it's
I need to focus.
But yes.
Nigel's not happy about that one. But guys, all right, it is my turn to make
no offense, Eli.
Anyways, guys, so NHL All-Star Weekend is coming up. We don't have a lot of games. We only have 2 tonight. I did not like this slate, but I did find a spot that I think we'll like it. You let me know, John, now that you're the hockey expert. I am taking the Buffalo Sabres. They are playing the Carolina Hurricanes.
Ooh.
Any initial thoughts here?
We're taking the dog?
We are.
What are we doing? Okay. Yeah, no, I'm not really a hockey guy. I just saw Carolina last night. Wasn't that impressed.
Plus 126 on the money line.
I like this one, Melissa. So last night I got a little hockey bet. I did the Canes -1. They were down 4-1 in the third, and then they stormed back, so they pushed. But yeah, back to back after an overtime game, they won't have their legs ready tonight. The Sabres should win. I'm with you. I like that. Plus money, why not?
They are on a bit of rest. I think the Hurricanes played like 3 games in the last 4 nights. They're tired. They had to try.
They got to get tired, right?
Yeah, they got to be tired.
You would think. Yeah. How are the Sabres? They're actually pretty good this year, Sabres.
Yeah,
right?
I think people are rooting for them since the Bills lost.
Yeah, I've been hearing that a lot.
I've seen that on the internet.
So
on the internet all the time, guys.
26-19. Carolina is like insanely good
they're
too.
really good.
They are.
They just looked 4-1 last night. My guy Kevin Fiala had like 3 shots, or he should have had like 6 by my count, but against them. So there was that.
Well, a win tonight means Buffalo's going to leapfrog the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Okay.
That means that they'll have a nice little spot, wild card spot in the Eastern Conference. I think they're motivated. I think we got this in the bag.
Yep.
Why is the East so much better than the West? The West kind of stinks. I'm looking at the standings.
Okay.
So like the top 6 teams in the East, or 5, would all be the number 1 seed in the West. That's crazy.
That's insane.
Like you put the Sabres in the West, and they're kind of running the West. You know what I mean? They're only 6 points out of first place. So
looking for a big game from them. I'm also going to keep an eye on Tage Thompson. He has been killing it lately. He's a young NHL player. I was going to bet his shots on goal, but he has 3.5, and I got nervous. So
that's a lot.
This is gambling.
I love shots on goal. Shots on goal in the play. Wait, so the Kings were tied for first in their comp? This is crazy. I'm like checking out. I'm doing my hockey.
Are we into hockey now, guys?
I'm doing my hockey knowledge. Yeah. What's up with the Avs? They only have 57 points.
I don't like them. They've been
like 700. Yeah, that's crazy. Huh. All right. Well, there's your guys' hockey lesson. That the West sucks. Everyone bet on the East.
Guys, on to our parlay. We've got something to calculate here. We got a plus 100, a plus 101, and a plus 126. What do you guys think?
All right, I'm saying plus 722.
I'm gonna go 723.
I'm gonna go 725.
Not fun at all.
All right, what if I nail it?
I think I'm gonna nail
724.
It's because you guys trolled me. What is it? I can't see.
It's plus 808.
Oh, I knew it.
I was there.
I was right there. I was closer than you.
I was the closest, though, so what are you going to do?
Brenda's copies me.
All right, guys. Well, from that point, we will see you, at least I will, see you guys at the Thunderdome on Friday. Excited to see who our special guest is. But until then, you'll have Slop and Matt.
That's special? What do you mean till then, Melissa? That's just a special.
I guess. All right. Anyways, we will catch you guys soon. Happy betting.